Thank you. So, I cried on a date one time. And I just had to say it fast, like kind of tear the Band-Aid off, because that's some embarrassing shit. I know these days it's like, come on, man, men can cry. I'm from a time where, we were bred in a toxic masculinity. You do not cry, especially not on a date, so I'm still embarrassed about it, but I cried on a date, damn it. It happened. Whew! Cry. Let's give it up for crying. So anyway, so let me explain how this went down. So I was talking to this girl, we were kind of hanging out, but it was definitely a dead end. Like, I was not really into her, but I was notoriously a bad breaker-upper. Like somebody you're supposed to be away from, you're supposed to, break up with them, but you just can't. I don't know, couldn't find a way to do it. Hypervigilance, who knows? And so my birthday was coming up, and she asked if she could take me out to dinner to celebrate my birthday. And, the guilt there, I'm like, oh, I wish she didn't ask that. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. But in my head, I'm like, I hope it's not expensive. I hope it's not expensive. Because that was just going to make it, more difficult to break up with her. But I said, okay, we'll go. So we end up going to Capitol Grill down in, Center City, downtown. Excellent hors d'oeuvres if you haven't been. So we go there, and we're sitting at the table, having a decent time. And then she tells me that she has a gift for me for my birthday. And again, I'm like, please don't be expensive. Please don't be expensive, because there's chicks on her way out, at any moment now. And so she pulls out the gift and she hands it to me, and it's wrapped up. I have no idea what it is. And to open it, I just, start peeling, and all I peel off is just a corner of the gift. And immediately I start crying. Now, I understand that I owe you all some context, right? So in order to understand why this happened and what happened next, you got to have a little bit of backstory. So when I was 18 years old, I got a call from my sister that pretty much changed our lives forever. And it actually was the shortest call my sister and I have ever had. And it went like this. Hey, Chris. Hey, what's up, Rachel? Our place burned down. Damn. You all right? Yeah, you okay? Yeah. All right, love you, bye. I swear, that was it, right? End of story, that fast. Now, what happened was there was an electrical fire, about 70% of our house done, charred, completely burnt up, and it happened to be the back half where my bedroom was. So I had lost everything, right? Everything had burned down. And at the time, I was away at college for my orientation weekend, right? So I was going home maybe like the day after next to go back and get all my shit, but now all my shit was charcoal. And so, when something like that happens, when all your stuff burns, you start going through your mental, inventory and trying to see like what you lost. So the first thing, I'm like, clothes, right? Like, I'm just starting school, just going to college, and all I have is the outfit I had on, one extra pair of drawers, and maybe an extra shirt or something like that. That's all I had. So I'm like, damn, clothes, done.
Hello, and welcome to
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly how I felt. And so the second thing I'm thinking, brand new college student, I'm like, damn, in my dresser drawer I had 2 condoms. Now, I know that might not seem like a big deal, but back then condoms were hard to come by. I'm not joking. And I had no game, so 2 condoms, that would have lasted me to my junior year. Like, these condoms were a big deal. And then the third thing, and this one really hit me the hardest, my comic book collection. I grew up an absolute comic book nerd. I would like to lie to y'all and say that used to be me, but that is still me. But I had my comic book collection. I've been collecting them since I was a kid. Special editions, all that stuff, and it was all gone. And the thing about my comic books is that they were with me since I was a kid. So no matter where we moved to, no matter what school, no matter what age, they were there. They were the constant thing. And my number one comic book, it was called Infinity Wars. Now, if you've seen, that's right. If you've seen, the recent stuff with Avengers and stuff like that, it's not accurate. They will have you believe that Thanos was defeated by Captain America and Thor and, Iron Man. No, it was Adam Warlock, and that was my favorite guy. I don't want to get too nerdy, but you feel me back there? Adam Warlock did that. That's for another day. So anyway, remembering that I lost my comic book collection, that just floored me. It was heartbreaking, right? I would never get that back. So let's fast forward to me and the young lady at the dinner table, and I'm holding the gift, and I tear it open, and because I read Infinity War 1,000 times, All it took was for me to see the top right corner of it to know exactly what it was. And uncontrollably, I just teared up. I just teared up and started crying. I couldn't help it. I tried to fight the choking in my throat. I tried to fight, the tears in my eyes. I'm looking over at her. I'm trying to avert my eyes so she doesn't see what's happening. Thankfully, she kind of started averting her eyes too, maybe saving me a little bit of embarrassment. But I think what happened was that the comic books just brought me back to a time before the shit happened. You know what I mean? When everything was all right and they were always with me, that kind of thing. I don't know what the hell went on, but it touched me in a way that just floored me. And to be honest with you, like it also told me that it was all right to start again, right? Like start the comic book collection all over again. Get new ones and build that up. So it just was overly emotional in all kinds of ways. And I'll be honest, I know you're not supposed to pay someone with a relationship, right? Like you're not supposed to reward someone with a relationship. As a matter of fact, you're doing them a disservice. But I gave her about 4 additional months of disservice after that motherfucking gift. It was such a thoughtful gift. Until this day, that is the most thoughtful gift I have ever received in my life, all because my place burned down. Thank you.